The boy used up all his savings to buy 10 boxes of seaweed, but once he fried it in oil, he found it tasted bitter and sharp. He'd planned to strike it rich selling seaweed, but now he couldn't get the flavor just right. So he sold his computer and picked up 100 more boxes. Hot oil left scars on his arms, but the taste still wasn't there. Before long, he ran out of seaweed again. Just as he was ready to give up and walk away, he spotted a forgotten bag of seaweed on the ground. He decided to try one more time. After frying it up, he noticed the seaweed was different. He took a bite right then. The crispy texture and flawless flavor finally put a smile on his face. In that second, he figured out why. That bag of seaweed had fallen that day. Because when he walked home in the rain, it had soaked through overnight. It lost its saltiness and mellowed out. That was the trick to amazing seaweed. He immediately got to packaging and selling it. The seaweed blew up in popularity. But when he crunched the numbers on his profits, he was let down. With the current profit margins, he could only pull in 1 million a year. But his dad had gone bankrupt and owed 40 million. He needed to find a better moneymaker. One day, the boy noticed 3 convenience stores, just a single block from his house. If he could get his seaweed on their shelves, he could make a lot more cash. The next day, he headed to the headquarters of a big convenience store chain to meet the marketing manager. But the manager wouldn't even try his sample. He said the packaging was too large, and the price was too steep. It didn't meet the store's guidelines. The boy left without saying a word. He hired a design firm to revamp the packaging. Then, went back to headquarters with the new version. But the receptionist said the manager was in a meeting. The boy waited all day long, only to realize the manager was dodging him. Discouraged, he took off, handing the seaweed to the elevator operator. On his way out, a buyer on the elevator noticed the new packaging, and out of curiosity, grabbed a few packs. On his way back to his office, he opened one up and started eating. It was so good he licked his fingers clean. Then he shared the seaweed with his coworkers, even the manager. That's why the boy was called back to the company. The manager decided to stock the seaweed in 72,000 convenience stores across the country, but there was one catch. His factory had to meet hygiene requirements. This stressed the boy out. He didn't have a factory, so he sold his car, rented a factory in the suburbs, and fixed it up fast. He also hired some workers, but during the inspection, the manager saw the workshop was missing lights, the drainage was exposed, and workers weren't wearing gloves. He gave the boy 3 days to fix all the problems. The boy took all the suggestions, and worked tirelessly to fix each one. Finally, the inspection report came in. He stood in the sun, reading the paper with excitement. It said he'd passed. 2 weeks later, he signed a contract with the snack company. In 2 years, he paid off all his father's debts. Years down the line, his seaweed business hit 15 billion in sales. He even owned his own seaweed farm.